Welcome back to the channel. So happy that you're here. We're going to be doing hair extensions today. As you can see, I'm wearing the install right now. Looks super natural. Welcome to the channel. Have I got a great one for you today. Hair extensions. I'm so excited. They look natural. They're so comfortable. And can I tell you, for beginners, they're super comfortable. I put the same technique install into my husband's hair. It was his second time ever having hair extensions. Story time. First time we put hair extensions into Taylor's hair, we put in tape-in extensions. They didn't really work out. He said they were super uncomfortable. They were pulling at his hair the entire time. And so when they fell out after the first wash, we weren't that mad. End of story. So we put this technique, we use this technique that I've been using on my hair for the past several months on him. Very comfortable. He says he loves it so much better. It blends in seamlessly. His is actually a lot thicker than mine is right now. I kind of went for a little bit of a more thicker on this side. I want the side part, but not as thick. I kind of am trying to do this whole like, I braided it up last night. I'm trying to do like this, like maybe it's like blown out, like maybe it's a natural wave. He just like kind of just like wet his hair or something, you know. Like I trying not to do it, but really I did it. And it looks fabulous, you know, it looks fabulous. Anyways, so we're gonna get into this tutorial. I'm super excited. Let me know if you guys like it. Let me know if it's easy for you as it is for me. I would say the hardest part about this tutorial would be the prepping of the wefts. For me, I like as thick as possible. So I double track my wefts with the 2 micro beads at the end. And so by doing that, I'm not sure how to reuse this hair after you take it out. That's why I don't get very expensive hair and don't use very expensive hair.
I just be talking sometimes to hear the sound of my own voice.
We'll get into the tutorial today. I hope you guys like it.
All right, here's what you're gonna need to get this done. Here you see is the hair, micro beads, double weft. Of course, you're gonna need needle and thread. I've gone ahead already off camera and sewn the weft, sewn the micro beads onto the weft. I figured you didn't need to see me do that. You can just go ahead and sew that however you need to, just as long as it's not too messy, not too many strings hanging out, you know, kind of neat. Got the 2 micro beads at the end. Can you see that? I hope you guys can really see how it's just simply sewn, just a little, looks like a little loop stitch, I guess that's what you would call it. I did get some pretty hair though. That hair did turn out to be really pretty. I wore it for like 3 weeks and I washed it and everything, and I only had 1 track that I had to adjust, so you can wear this hair for about 3 to 4 weeks, y'all. That's about the style. That's about the look. But I like to change mine out pretty often, so I change it out probably every 2 weeks. All right, so we also need a comb. I like to use a rat tooth comb. You're gonna also need some clippies. I like these kind of clips. Of course, any type of clips that you want to use, of course, you can. And then this little crochet loop. And the one of the most important things is the pliers. You can use 2 different types of pliers. There's these pliers that I love to use. There's the needle nose pliers. Those are good to use, not my favorite. I have those. They came with the micro beads that my sister gave me. Don't know where they came from, but they came with the micro beads that she left over here. But I had my own pliers that I love these pliers because you have the clamp, you have the micro bead release, and then you have the wire cutters. You have them right there. 1, 2, 3. You got the clamp on 1, you put the micro bead in the 2, it releases, and then you have the wire cutters on 3. Boom, bam, bang. Love these pliers. You can do it all with these pliers. Very, very, very great pliers. But like I said, you can use the needle nose pliers. They will clamp, and you can use them to slightly pop open the micro beads so that you can get it off your hair. And these are the micro beads. Like I said, I don't know where my sister got these from. She came over to do her hair for a baby shower and left these, so they're mine now. All right, we got the hair parted. As you can see, it's not an even part. Big thing to know about this is you do not have to be precise. You can do this on yourself, and the parts don't have to be completely straight, and the extensions can have a little bit of a curve or a dip in them. It is okay. The hair will cover it. It'll still look gorgeous. It'll still flow. So you see here are my tracks that I've prepared. I like to double my tracks, so I do a little bit of a loop stitch on my tracks, as you see here. Starting off with micro bead, I sew the micro bead on the end, do a little loop stitch okay, and then the second micro bead. Just love having a little bit of a thicker look, so I do double my wefts. All right, I'm gonna line up the weft here. I'm just gonna put it exactly where I want it to lay. You just wanna put the weft where you want it to lay on your head. And then when you find that exact position where you want it to lay on your head, you think it's gonna flow, look really natural, you go ahead and you get your clips and you clip that down. You're gonna wanna clip that down. The clips are really gonna help you keep that in place, especially if you're doing this on yourself. The thing I really love about this look too, just a side note, is that you can always add and subtract as many tracks as you would like. You could use this style for adding length, you can use this style for adding thickness, or both. Very versatile. And if one of the tracks is getting a little bit loose, one of the micro beads is getting a little loose, you could always unfasten the micro bead, push it back up towards the top of your hair, clamp it back down. All right, just get you a good view here so you can see. I want to thank Octavia today for being our model. She's such a great model. Not a great conversationalist, though. All right, so I have everything lined up. What I'm gonna do is make sure that I have all of the hair at the top out of the way, so I'm not pulling hair from the top as well as from the section that we have parted off. All right, now we can really see. There we go. So I'm just gonna use my comb, the end of my rat tail comb, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of hair. Not too thick, not too thin. I'm just gonna grab just a little sliver of hair there. And you don't want this to be on the edge of your hair. You want it to be a little bit off of the edge because you want some hair to be able to hide the tracks, and you want hair to hide the micro beads. If you ever do a ponytail or pull it back, want to do a half up, half down look. I do that for my husband. He looks very much like a Viking, and it's gorgeous. So leave some hair to hide. You want to leave hair to hide. So I'm pulling the crochet hook, the crochet loop through the micro bead underneath, and then I just pull that hair through the micro bead ever so gently. And then I'm gonna get my handy dandy pliers. Gonna go ahead and pull that bead up towards the scalp, not too close to the scalp. The thing about this technique, you want it to be comfortable. pull it up to the scalp, but not too far to the scalp. If you get too close to the scalp, the microbead is going to feel like it's constantly pulling your hair. You do not want that. You don't want that feeling of it being constantly pulled. But you don't want it down too far because you don't want it to sag down too low. Just get it close to that scalp. I want to say maybe a good 1/8 of an inch away from the scalp. As you see there, it still have a little bit of give, but it's not too far away from the scalp. That is perfect. You want to have a little bit of give with this. This technique is all about comfortability with giving you a very natural look. And always remember too with this, 100% of your hair is out. This is braidless. All leave out. If you can't take care of your own hair, maybe this isn't the technique for you. But if you can take care of some hair, people are not going to be able to clock you. All right, so I'm measuring this track. I'm pulling it over just a little bit so I can see where I need to grab this hair, because you don't want the tracks and everything to be so tight, but you don't want it to be too loose either. You don't want it to just be sagging way past that part, but it doesn't have to be completely up on the part, because you don't want it to be too tight. You want it to be very comfortable. Right, then I'm just gonna grab my crochet loop and I'm gonna go through the micro bead underneath. I wanna make sure you guys can see this. Come on, camera, focus for me. All right, gonna go ahead and pull that through. I hope you guys like my nails. I'm gonna be doing a limited series here on the male nail art. I'm trying to do some masculine looking nails for males. Hope you guys like that. That's gonna be coming soon. All right, so like we did with the other micro bead, we're just gonna pull this through the loop and then pull the hair through the micro bead. I actually love these. Yellow's my favorite color, guys, so I'm just loving these nails right now. All right, and then we're gonna get our pliers and we're gonna go ahead and clamp this down. And like I said, you don't want it too close to the scalp because you don't want that micro bead to constantly have the pulling of that hair. It's gonna feel like it's constantly pulling at that spot. Very uncomfortable for you or your client. All right, so that track is in. That's it. That is it. That track is in. Like I said, the install is so easy to put in, easy to take out, no braids. And look at that, that's in there. That's not going anywhere. And look, it's uneven, and I'm gonna show you it's still going to blend flawlessly. I'm just gonna take a little thin piece of hair from the top and just show you how well it blends flawlessly. That's why I love this technique. Like I said, it's DIY. You could do it yourself at home. You don't have to be an expert. All you need are the essential tools, some hair, micro beads, needle thread. That's it, girl. And then you got this, look at this, you got this style. You can't even see the weft anymore. It's gone. It's completely seamless. It will look so natural, and it's gonna be so comfortable because it's not so tight on your head. You're gonna be able to get to your whole scalp. I'm in love with this install. If you are a beauty enthusiast like me and you love playing with your hair, you're going to love this. I've been doing this install now for about a few months. Look at that, seamless, seamless, so flat, so flat. Been doing this install now for about a few months. I've gotten so many compliments. People cannot clock it. And it's easy for me to do at home. I was spending hundreds of dollars doing my extensions, going to have my extensions done. Now I can do them at home. Look at that. blended it in. It's in there, and it's so easy to do. You don't have to be precise. You just put them in there as neatly as possible. I feel like I could even get Taylor to do this, and he could probably even do it. He's probably shaking his head at me somewhere, wherever he's at. Love you, babe. See, there you go. And we got this ponytail, and it looks flawless and beautiful. I want to thank you guys for coming to my channel. Look at that. Y'all have a good one.